Now to our politically charged investigation, and tonight we're pulling back the curtain on the state's gang member database. It's shared by police across Arizona. There is no outside oversight. You're not told if you're on it. There's no way to challenge it. And defense attorneys and civil rights leaders say there's a huge potential for abuse. ABC 15 investigator Dave Biscobing uncovered police protesters were added to that database, and he breaks down the evidence that was used to put them there.
Inside the state's gang member database, you'll find the names of 17 of these umbrella-carrying protesters. In October 2020, they marched in the middle of downtown Phoenix streets, followed by many more Phoenix officers. Then, they huddled on a street corner where they got arrested and eventually charged as a criminal street gang. ABC 15 obtained copies of each of their entries into the state's gang database. They're called gimmicks, short for gang member information cards. And when you check the cards, you'll see there are 2 pages. Most are handwritten and include their name, address, phone number, email, social security number, picture, tattoos, and details about their alleged gang membership. The information on these cards is then entered into a statewide database called GangNet.
It is a database entirely maintained by law enforcement that has no scrutiny from any other branch of government or from any citizen organization or from anybody whatsoever. They control this database completely. And if they want you in this database, they can put you in this database.
So we don't know what they're doing or how they're doing it?
Nope. As far as you know, you could be in that database. I could be in that database.
Seth Apfel is a defense attorney. He's challenged the state's gang laws, even won a case last year at the state Supreme Court.
How many studies have you authored related to gangs?
And as part of those cases, he's cross-examined police about how gimmick cards and GangNet work. This hearing is from 2018. A Phoenix gang detective is on the stand.
And who controls gimmicks and these determinations?
DPS is the entity that manages it.
And there's no public oversight?
No, not that I'm sure of.
And the persons that are gimmicked aren't informed, they don't have a chance to appeal the determination?
No, sir.
To charge as a street gang in Arizona, the law is broad. You need just 2 of the following criteria. And here are the ones that officials claimed for the protesters. They carried umbrellas, they wore mostly black, and they chanted, "All cops are bastards." Now check the gimmick cards. For those reasons, officials labeled them members of ACAB, a gang of extremists.
Look, as far as the criteria themselves, there isn't a single person on the face of the planet that's not going to fit 2 of those criteria. Right. If you work for a company, you already have a logo and proclamation. So just having a job by itself lets you meet the criteria. Then all you need is 1 person in that group to have ever committed a felony, and you meet the definition of a criminal street gang. And that becomes especially dangerous, even more so when you start looking at the possibility of its use for political persecution.
To get the gang charges against the protesters, a Phoenix sergeant testified before a grand jury and compared the group to the Bloods, the Crips, and the Hells Angels. After we exposed those exaggerations and lies, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office dropped the gang charges and recently filed this court motion. MCAO now admits the grand jury testimony was deeply flawed. There's no reasonable likelihood of conviction. They relied on an informant with a troubling history of lying to police, and it doesn't appear the group actually called themselves ACAB.
Once you're in GangNet, if you have any interaction with the police, that's going to go differently than it's going to go for somebody that is not in GangNet. It's going to be considered more of a high-risk stop by the officers who may not know why you were in GangNet. They're more likely to search your car. They're more likely to draw their weapons. They're more likely to pull you out of the car. They're more likely to question you about crimes, even if you've done absolutely nothing wrong.
Phoenix police declined to answer any questions for this story, and neither Phoenix nor the Department of Public Safety would say if they plan to remove these protesters' names. Now, something else to highlight about when this all happened. The protesters were arrested on October 17th, indicted on gang charges on October 27th. But again, check the gimmick cards. They were all created and filed after the indictments. Defense attorneys tell us they believe that was an attempt to create evidence after the fact, and it's another example of how easily this system can be abused. I'm investigator Dave Biscobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
Earlier this year, State Senator Martin Quezada introduced a bill to address some of these issues, and he told us his bill would have created a way to appeal placement in that gang database.
fix this problem from the very beginning. And this is a way to give at least some due process to people who are unjustly listed as gang members.
I was shocked to see we're now just doing handwritten one sentences about fictional gangs, and now you're in the statewide gang database. I was kind of shocked that that's all it took.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really shows that, this is a strategy that is being used, and it is a strategy that is absolutely being abused by law enforcement to criminalize targeted groups, whether they are communities of color, whether they are low-income communities, or whether they are political protesting communities.
Arizona's legislature has a slim Republican majority in both the House and the Senate. Quezada is a Democrat. His bill never got a hearing. As for Dave's politically charged series, you can find his full investigation on abc15.com/protest.